Most traders lose money within the first 30 minutes of the Nasdaq market open, not because they lack strategy, but because they lack focus, patience, and discipline. Welcome back to the Nasdaq Sniper Academy, folks. In this video, we're on lesson 2 on mastering the Nasdaq market open. I'm going to show you in this video how marking your screen, writing notes, pre-market can help you with discipline to have a sniper entry. Because if you're not telling yourself what to do before the market moves, the market will hand you something fierce. Let's take a look at today's trade. Today, April 15th, and it's Wednesday. And what you'll see is how marking and drawing on my screen kept me away from monkey brain trading. And I was able to finally wait for the setup, enter when the setup, and play the plane the way it's supposed to be played. Let's take a look. All right, folks. So here we have 8:17, which is pre-market, and it is Wednesday, February 15th. You see the first thing I'm doing right here, I write, where is the 2-minute? So I write that on my chart, the 2-minute parent. Now the parent is the 200 SMA for those who don't know. And then I write where the 1-minute parent is as well as the 5-minute parent. Price was in a narrow state, but here it is at 8:28. Market opens in 2 minutes. So we see price moving up right here. So from the 1-minute parent, this is no longer a narrow state, right? So now you'll see I'm going to write on my screen the state that we're in once the market opens. This is what I do every single day, because you have 3 states: narrow state, mid state, or wide state. Here's the opening candle right here. So price starts in what's called a mid state, where from the 1-minute parent, price is up here. The 200 SMA is here. So it's not a wide state, but it's not narrow anymore. So this is a no trade. This is an absolute no trade. This is a sit back and wait. When price starts in a mid state, there is no trade. I want to trade off of a narrow state with 3 white knights, or a wide state, which would be a bull trap or a bear trap. But for right here, we do nothing but wait. It's what I call an upside down candle. So this opening candle is upside down opening candle. Here's why it's upside down. Because we started above the 1-minute parent, above the 20 SMA, but the candle was red. Usually you want power. You want green when it's above the 200 SMA and above the 20 SMA, but it gave us red. So it's an upside down state. We do nothing. So what you're going to see here, I'm going to be writing the 5-minute ORB. So once we get the 5-minute ORB is what we do, right? We draw the lines, and we put in the tops and the bottoms of the 5-minute ORB. All right. So now I'm still being patient, right? We're snipers. We want to wait for a fair value gap. So we don't play the 5-minute ORB like other people do. We don't just play the quick break. Yeah, you could catch a quick, like right here. You see, it just broke the 5-minute ORB. Yeah, you could catch a quick 10, 20 quick points if you're just a quick scalper. We don't want to do that. We're not quick scalpers. We want big, nice, long moves that we can get into once we have a confirmation. So we don't take this break of the 5-minute ORB right here. Right now it's 8:39, and there's a lot of traders taking this little breakout. To me, it's trash, absolute trash, range chop. So I write that on my chart just to remind me, hey, there's no fair value gap in here, right? There's nothing here that makes me think this is going to keep going up at this point. So I'm just going to sit back and wait. I want to see price come back under the 5-minute ORB. Get some power off the 1-minute parent with the fair value gap, and then I'm ready for a trade. So as you can see, look, price came right back into the 5-minute ORB. So some people that bought up here, right, they're crying right now. They're hurting. Oh, they're hurting bad. Look at that. Oh, yeah, go ahead and play that 5-minute ORB the way they teach you, and that's what happens to you. No, play it the way the Nasdaq sniper teaches you, and you won't get hurt. You don't play the breakout just because it broke out. You only play once a fair value gap comes in. So here we have a fair value gap. Now I'm interested, right? Because we got power off the 1-minute parent. Fair value gap comes in. And right here, boom, we just bought. Okay. Now I'm looking to get in at least 3. So I just go in for 1 right there. Once it pulls back a little bit, I want to enter another, another buy order.
Order filled. And
so once this candle it pulls back, goes green. Okay, boom. We get in for 2. So now we're in for 2. But my third limit order is right here. See this? Sniper in the weeds, which is inside this fair value gap, expecting price to come down, fill this gap, grab my third contract, and then proceed up from there. So this is the setup. This is finally a setup, right? We didn't have one until this showed up. All of this inside the 5-minute ORB was trashed. There was no fair value gap. There was nothing. We didn't want to buy up here because look, we got hurt. You buy off the 1-minute parent. This is what you want to buy. You want to buy in when the price pushes off with the fair value gap. So, okay, bam, we got filled on our third contract, right? Okay, so now we're good to go. Now we are ready to go to grandma's house. The setup has shown itself. So the next thing we need to do is just draw some trend lines, manage our, manage our stops, and manage our runner. So here you see, got the trend line. Again, why are we in this trade? We in this trade because right here, power off the 1-minute parent with a fair value gap. Boom. Power. Look at this. Power off the 1-minute parent. Fair value gap. You buy, you add inside the fair value gap. Right? Now price is breaking out above the 5-minute ORB again. Now it's looking good. So we bring our stop under the last John Wick push-up bar. Right? That's structure. That's the market structure shift. So now we sit, we wait, and we want to see price, break the new highs. Now, it's kind of low volume at this point. It's not acting great. We finally got a little fair value gap right here. And but I don't like it, so I'm going to start taking some profit, right? I'm in for 3. I'm up $190 on this so far. And okay, bam. So we take our first profit right there. Just because, what if it's rangy chop and that was the whole move? I don't know. But I got 2 more contracts. So I keep these 2 contracts underneath. I want you to pay attention, gentlemen. This is where you want to keep your 2 contracts underneath the market structure, right? If it doesn't break structure, you don't need to get out of the trade. Now, I'm in at a place where I can't lose anymore now, right? So we took some profit on that. Price is continuing up. I'm going to trail another contract, and then bam, took profit on that, and now I have my runner. Again, I was expecting rangy chop, so I just wanted to get in for 3, snatch 2 right away, so I got guaranteed money, and let the cherry on top run. So this is what you want to really pay attention to right here, folks. How to manage your runner. This is the one thing that is very difficult for some traders to do. So you'll be able to see that we have what's right here, market structure shift, right? So that means we don't want to take any profit unless it breaks the market structure. So we're going to keep our runner right underneath it. This is it right here. You see our price came real close, right? I'm speeding this up so we're not here all day, but broke above the pullback. We got a new fair value gap. So now we have a new market structure shift. Price comes down, gets close again. But guess what? We don't get stopped out. We hang in there. We just let the trade play out. Let new market structures play out. New fair value gap comes in. Another 3 white knights come in. New market structure shift right here. And so our TP is up here, but it doesn't get filled. But
Stop filled.
we were able to, be able to get about 200 points or $200. I'm sorry, 100 points on this runner. And there we go. Finally stopped out as it broke the market.
All right, folks, so there you have it. Hopefully this helps. How to understand what to do when the market is in a mid-range opening state. You just wait. You don't do anything too irrational because the price will chop around through in and out of that 5-minute ORB. You want to wait for price to come off of the 200 SMA on the 1-minute chart or possibly the 2-minute, depending on where we're at. But you want to have the fair value gap. That's what we wait for. That's when we know we're about to enter a trend. So we get in, we write some things down on our screen to stop us from having monkey brain trading, to help us to see, hey, take your time, wait for the setup. You get in and then you run your run. You take a couple contracts for profit. You let your runner run, keep it according to the market structure, and you can get 100 points. So hopefully this helps. This is lesson 2. Stay tuned. We have 12 lessons total to understand narrow state, mid state, wide state, fair value gaps, how to play them, bull traps, bear traps. This is going to be very intensive, but if you stick around through the whole 12 series, you will be a master at trading. Happy trading. God bless, and stay focused.